Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2011 science fiction action film, The Adjustment Bureau. A film that is co-written and directed by George Nolfe, and it's based on a short story by Philip K. Dick that I did not realise. And it stars Matt Damon and Emily Blunt. Now this is a film that I missed first time round, never saw it at the cinema, but I didn't have a whole lot of interest to watch it first time round. Didn't really grab my interest when it was first released, but I've heard quite a few good things about this film, so I thought I would give it a go. So I picked it up fairly recently, and I showed this in one of my Blu-ray hauls, so I thought I'd check it out. So I've watched it now a few nights ago. And what is this film about? Well, it's kind of not really what I expected, and it focuses on Matt Damon's character, David Norris, who is, at the beginning of the film you see him going for a political position. He doesn't get elected right at the beginning due to some scandal, and on that night, when he loses out on the election night, he meets Emily Blunt's character, Elsie Sells. Is it Elsie? Elsie Sellers. And they immediately hit it up. There's chemistry, and it seems like it's meant to be in love at first sight. However, there are those out there who are conspiring against both these characters, as they are not meant to be together for various numbers of reasons, and they will go to extreme lengths to make sure that these two do not end up together, even if it seems that they were absolutely meant to be together. Right, that's the best way I can describe this film. Now I am going to talk a little bit about spoilers here. It's not a new release, it's been out since 2011, so I'm not going to spoil everything, but it's hard to talk about a movie like this without talking about some things that you could consider as spoilers. So turn off now if you don't want any kind of spoilers. So like I said, this film is a really odd thing. It's not what I expected at all, really. I knew there was some kind of sci-fi twist to it, but it wasn't the twist that I expected. And essentially the twist here is that it's angels at work, and the angels' jobs on Earth is to make sure people continue on their designated paths, fate if you like, that have been drawn out for them, if you like, and they have to follow these paths because, for example, one character might invent a cure for a disease further down the line, but if they go down this other path, they will never invent this cure, or they will never do what they were meant to do. So these angels are there to keep people on course, basically. And the reason why they are not allowing Matt Damon and Emily Blunt's character to be together is they're on very different paths. So they keep conspiring to keep them apart in this film, even though it's clear they should be together, which was a very, very interesting story. I have to say, and a very interesting turn. I find it's quite hard to actually describe this as a science fiction. You know, it's more like a religious science fiction film, I suppose. Or if you are religious and you believe in this sort of thing, then you know it's not science fiction at all. It's fact maybe to you. I don't know. A very, very interesting idea, and I've never really seen anything like this before. Obviously we've seen some movies dabble with angels on Earth, and TV shows like Supernatural, all this kind of stuff with angels on Earth, and they all deal with it slightly differently, and this does it as well. Now I found the performances here were all very good. I thought there was the chemistry between Matt Damon and Emily Blunt was really, really fab, and it needed to be. For you to believe that these two were meant and fated to be together, and this is spread out over a number of years, really. How they keep crossing each other's paths and things like that. It needed to work, the chemistry between these two leads, and it really, really did. You really bought that chemistry between them, and that really carried the film, so it really, really worked. I think aspects of this film that didn't really work, I mean, they kind of, I don't know, these angels like wear these hats, which means they can go whenever they want, wherever they want. They open a door and it'll take them over to that other place where they need to be, halfway across the city, sort of thing. Felt like a bit of a, I don't know, lazy way to explain how the Angels were able to do some of the things that they were able to do. And it was a little bit light on tension and action. Now, I wouldn't. This is not by no means a full-on action film. This is not Matt Damon full-on Bourne. You know what I mean? Jason Bourne mode. He's a very normal guy who's just trying to be with who he wants to be with. So the main action that you get in here is people running about here, there, and everywhere. It's more accurately described as a thriller, really, this, rather than an action film, I suppose. But it's light on that, and I think it's the performances and the interesting story that keeps you engaged in this film. Don't go into this film thinking you're going to be getting like this brilliant sci-fi fest, because you will definitely be disappointed. That is not what you're getting here. It's a very grounded film with a fantastic science fiction element added into it, that you'll either buy into or you won't, I suppose, and it depends on probably your own, beliefs and that kind of thing. I thought it was an interesting idea. I was a little bit disappointed because when I was watching it with my wife and we were talking about who these guys in the hats are and could be, my first inclination was to say, well, I bet they're angels. But when it was actually revealed who they were, I was a little bit underwhelmed, a little bit disappointed. It felt a little bit obvious, but that's I suppose that's the way it is. So I did enjoy this film. I thought it was well made with good performances and an interesting story, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's not flawless, it's not action packed or anything like that, but it's an interesting film to watch. So if you've never seen it, it's certainly worth checking out. So that's my review for The Adjustment Bureau. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and of course I'll see you for more reviews on Screen Stars very, very soon.